Top 10 0% sportsmanship moments, but they get increasingly more disrespectful. Sometimes we idolize game players, thinking they're great sportsmen. But do you know, on the field, they can commit unsportsmanlike acts that are morally and ethically wrong on a basic human level? This video shows the top 10 zero sportsmanship moments, which can be very disrespectful. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel first and hit the bell icon to get all the latest updates on my channel. 10. Red vs yellow. Soccer star fakes injury? The ball was heading towards the target goal, with Martinez in a yellow shirt standing right before it. Players in blue and red striped shirts were racing towards the ball. Because Martinez was blocking the target, the goal couldn't be scored, and the ball went out of bounds. During this moment, a player in a red striped shirt, Leon Billy, charged towards Martinez and shoulder-checked him. Martinez fell to the ground, shouting hysterically in pain. It doesn't seem like Martinez suffered a severe injury, but why is he in so much pain? Shamefully, Leon Billy smiled smugly as he walked past Martinez without caring that he was in pain on the ground. A few minutes later, as Martinez passed by a standing Leon Billy, he pushed him from behind and knocked him to the ground. Now, both players were arguing angrily. Martinez grabbed Billy's shirt to pull him up, but Billy fell to the ground again. All the opposing players rushed towards Martinez to fight. Then, the referee blew the whistle to call off the fight. This was a moment when players disregarded sportsmanship that, at the very least, they should have a sense of responsibility. If you are a national-level player, you should have patience and compassion for your fellow players. 9. Brutal fight over ball. The blue player was trying to keep the ball from going out of bounds towards the goal when the red player came from behind to take it away. The red player forcefully pushed the blue player to the ground, but the blue player managed to protect the ball with his leg, sometimes hiding it under his belly. In an attempt to snatch the ball, the red player pushed him so hard that he initially shoved the blue player, then kicked him in the legs, and even tried to climb onto his back. The referee considered it a foul while the blue player lay on the ground, possibly in pain or mentally traumatized. It's just a game. You shouldn't fall so much into it that you stop looking for a professional player. 8. Unsportsmanlike push. The white player was trying to score a goal when the blue player hurried from behind to stop him. The white player, seemingly lacking any courage or patience, pushed the blue player extremely hard and disrespectfully out of bounds. The blue player collided with the boundary wall while sliding backward on the ground. Oh God, I can't believe my eyes. He must have been seriously hurt. He was shocked at being pushed down like that and was crying in pain and humiliation. What a terrible situation for him. Medical help was quickly provided to him. I believe such short-tempered players should be banned from playing because they are dangerous to others. As an athlete, you should never physically engage with another player. This was a moment when your one angered act brought shame to your entire team on the ground. 7. Unbelievable players' ugly clash. Both players in striped shirts passed the ball on the field, but at that moment, a yellow player tried to snatch the ball from one of them. He grabbed him and then held him down on the ground, grabbing his neck. The player in the striped shirt first tried to get up, but he also captured the yellow one by the neck. Both players were now in an ugly fight while lying on the ground. During that time, the other players tried to move towards the goal to score. It would help if you had a lot of courage to handle such situations on the field as a sportsman. It's unsuitable for an athlete to grab his fellow player by the neck. I find this scene disgraceful as an audience member because sports should manifest discipline and manners. This is a sign of zero sportsmanship, where you cannot tolerate that your opposing team is scoring a goal, and instead of accepting it, you start hurting them. 6. Shocking incident. Blue player's offensive behavior. One blue player passed the ball to a teammate who rushed toward the goal. Meanwhile, a red player from the opposing team was on the ground, trying to stop the ball from going in. Despite seeing this, the blue player kicked the ball hard, striking the red player's face very badly. It must have been very painful for him. Even worse, the blue player showed no remorse for hitting his opposite mate's face. Instead, he teasingly gestured to his fellow like, "How was it?" Extremely abominable act. A sportsman with zero sportsmanship. 5. Disgraceful fight on the field. In a completely shameful moment, a yellow and blue player ran towards the goal when the yellow player pushed the blue player from behind. The blue player fell hard to the ground and was hurt. It was a terrible move, a clear foul. As the blue player got up, ready to fight, the yellow player pushed him down again. Unbelievable. The crowd started making noise, especially the blue fans, who began shouting angrily. Furthermore, both teams rushed in, starting a big fight. Players from both sides were hitting and pushing each other. In the middle of all this, only one yellow player tried to stop the fight and pull his teammates away. Whether you managed to score a goal or not, pushing a fellow player in this manner and then worsening the fight instead of being ashamed is a heinous act. This was a moment with zero sportsmanship, showing the worst side of the game. 4. Ball right at the face. It sounds like a shocking and unacceptable incident on the field. The blue player, aiming to score a goal near the boundary line, was blocked by a red player from Emirates. In frustration, the blue player violently struck the football directly into the red player's face at a 90-degree angle. Yes, you read that right. Directly on the face. The football is tough, and the impact must have been severe. Imagine how much pain the red player endured as he covered his face with his hands and fell to the ground. In the meantime, the blue player walked away, as if nothing had happened. This behavior is unbearable in sports and shows a total lack of sportsmanship. 3. Crazy push, player flies into crowd. The blue player sprinted towards the ball when a red player came from behind and grasped it. Both players raced towards the ball, which went out of bounds. With no chance of scoring, the blue player angrily pushed the red player hard from behind. The red player crossed the boundary wall and fell into the crowd. What? Such a disgraceful act. The red player out of the defense rushed back towards the blue one. Other red and blue players and the referee emerged to stop the fight. This is a game where many ups and downs happen, but if you can't achieve your target, aggressively hitting your fellow player is different from how an athlete should behave when representing their country worldwide. 2. Ronaldo's shocking on-field aggression. The white player was pushing the ball near the boundary line to send it towards the goal target when Cristiano Ronaldo, wearing a red shirt and one of the most famous players in the world, came from behind. Ronaldo trapped the white player's leg with his own and forcefully brought him down to the ground. Then, in a shocking display, Ronaldo punched him brutally several times in the belly as the white player tried to protect the ball hidden beneath his belly. It's unbelievable that such a professional player could act this way, without empathy or patience. The incident sparked a severe fight among the white players as they rushed towards Ronaldo. How could someone punch a fellow player like this over a game? This moment was completely devoid of sportsmanship and a total lack of respect among players on the field. 1. De Gea injured. Goal allowed? During a Premier League match between Manchester United and Arsenal on December 2, 2021 at Old Trafford, near the goal target, all the red and yellow players were gathered. The ball was coming from the yellow side towards the goal when a red player used his head to block the goal and kicked the ball to the opposite side. During this moment, David De Gea, dressed in black, fell to the ground in immense pain and injury. At the same time, Smith Rowe scored a goal without concern for De Gea, lying on the ground in apparent pain, where the ball could have even hit his face. It was later revealed that De Gea had accidentally been stepped on by his teammate, Fred. Since De Gea's injury was not seen to be caused by an opponent, the goal was allowed to stand. But whatever it may be, as an athlete, you should not let your focus on sports overshadow your humanity. It would help if you never forgot that he too is a human being lying injured on the ground. This was a moment when players lacked basic human ethics on the field. Which moment did you find more shockingly disgraceful on the list? Let us know in the comments below.